Hey, I'm Matt Manny. Thank you so much for joining me for today's devotional. As we're going through these days, we're talking about the superlatives, the greatest, the most, the sweetest. And that's what we're going to talk about today, the sweetest place on earth. Where we live, just outside of Philadelphia here in Southeast PA, we're not too far from one of my favorite places to go. If you enjoy one of those little chocolate pieces of candy wrapped up in that silver aluminum foil with a little ribbon of paper coming out the top, it'll say on that paper, Hershey's Kiss. Hershey is not too far from here, Hershey, PA, and it's named after the philanthropist and entrepreneur Milton Hershey. It's out in the country, out in what we call Lancaster County, where there's farmland as far as the eye can see. And as you drive out there, you can smell the pungent odor of farmland and farm animals, and really it's manure. But the further you drive, you end up coming into this beautiful place, and it's this town of Hershey, PA. In 1905, the philanthropist and entrepreneur Milton Hershey built his candy company in what's now Hershey, PA. The sweet treat of his milk chocolate empire turned into a brand name synonymous with campfire s'mores, kisses, and candy bars, as we know, the Hershey candy bar. The Willy Wonka-esque landscape of Hershey Chocolate World, which is this incredible place where they have, it's really a glorified candy store, if you will. It can really capture the imagination of the child within all of us. The candy store is located just outside of Hershey Park, an amusement park there, and it's a wonder emporium of delicacies and confectionery connoisseur, any confectionery connoisseur would enjoy and love. And each year around Christmas, we like to go out there. They have a little tour, and they'll take you on a little monorail ride inside the factory there near the candy store. And they'll show you how they make things and a little bit about the history. They play some music for you. They're animatronic singing cows, and so our kids love it a lot. But one of my favorite sites, one of my favorite exhibits that they have there every year, they have a local school called the Milton Hershey School. And they'll have some kids, volunteers and students, and as well faculty, some of the staff there from the Hershey Chocolate Factory will actually build a gingerbread house. And it's not so much a gingerbread house as much as a candy house. And this candy house, it is constructed in a massive 8-foot tall holiday house covering 100 square feet. With help from over 100 Hershey employees, this gingerbread house style candy project takes over 500 hours to complete. It takes 24 different Hershey candy products, totaling a whopping 41,560 pieces of candy. That's a lot of candy. It displays Kit Kats, cookies and cream bars, Blow Pops, Jolly Ranchers, and row upon row of Twizzlers and giant Hershey Kisses on top of the roof to accent the roof line. No matter how much a sweet tooth you might have, nothing compares to the sweetness of God's loving kindness. And David encourages us and talks to us about that today. David says that God's love is so good and sweet to his lips that he will praise God for the rest of his days. And our clamoring appetite and our it might drive us to the point of craving things, and we have a hole in our soul we want to fill. And so maybe it's not candy, maybe it is candy, but maybe it's not necessarily candy that we go for, but there are other things we're trying to just fill this sense of longing in ourselves. We're trying to fill this emptiness, this appetite, if you will. And yet David says that it's God and his love for us that fills that hole in our soul. When we talk about things that are sweet, we can really talk about how sweet God's love is. Just when you thought you couldn't find something more satisfying than chocolate, along came God's sweet love. And we can really call it Heaven's Hershey, if you will. Life shortchanges us, but God truly, deeply satisfies us. You can find more about this in Psalm 63, verses 3 through 8. Thanks so much for watching.